I'm James Barris to help you think, speak, and sound like a native English speaker.
So, let me ask you something right off the bat. When you speak English, really speak it, do you actually think in English? Or, be honest, do you think of the idea in your native language and then do that quick, frantic translation in your head before the words come out? You know that tiny little difference? Well, it's everything. It's the gap between just speaking English and truly being fluent.
All right, so let's dive into this first big idea. I call it the translation trap. It's a phase that, pretty much every single language learner falls into. But honestly, it's the single biggest thing holding you back from sounding natural, fast, and confident.
So why is it such a trap? Well, think about what's happening. Your brain is doing double duty. First, it's got to form the thought in your native language. Then it has to act like a search engine, looking for the right English words, double-checking the grammar, and piecing the sentence together. It's exhausting. And this process makes your speech slow, kind of heavy, and hesitant. You're always playing catch-up, and by the time you've built that perfect sentence in your head, the conversation has already left you behind.
And just look at the difference here. The translator's brain, over on the left, it's totally focused on individual words. It's like a construction worker, right? Laying down one brick, then the next, then the next. But then look at the native brain on the right. It's playing a completely different game. It doesn't care about words. It cares about ideas. It thinks in whole concepts, and the English just flows out, automatically. Our mission, yours and mine, is to get your brain from that left column over to the right.
So how in the world do you make that switch? How do you unlock that effortless, automatic fluency? Well, I'll tell you the secret. It's not about cramming more vocabulary or memorizing endless grammar rules. Nope, it's about fundamentally rewiring the way your brain processes the language in the first place.
And the key to that rewiring is this concept right here: language chunks. These are just whole phrases, common patterns, or expressions that your brain learns to recognize instantly as one complete unit. You don't build them, you just use them. They're like little shortcuts for your brain.
Think about it like this for a second. Trying to learn English word by word is like trying to solve a complicated puzzle every single time you want to say something. It's slow and frustrating. But a native speaker, they're not solving a puzzle. They're using these pre-built patterns, these chunks. It's just so much faster and more efficient.
Here is a perfect, super simple example. A translating brain might painstakingly build the sentence, I will go to the market. But a native brain, it just grabs the whole chunk at once. I'm going to go to the market. See that? It's one thought, one unit. And that is what makes speech sound so smooth and natural.
Okay, so you get the what and the why. Let's get to the fun part, the how. How do you actually train your brain to do this? Well, think of it like a workout plan for your mind. I'm going to give you 4 practical steps you can start using today to literally rewire your thinking. Okay, first, narrate your day in your head. As you're pouring cereal, just think, I'm pouring some cereal. So simple, but so powerful. Second, use mental pictures. When you think of the word dog, picture an actual dog, any dog. Don't picture the word for dog in your native language. Break that connection. Third, learn in chunks. Don't just learn the word make. Learn make a decision, make a friend, make a difference. And finally, number 4, immerse yourself. Just let the sounds and rhythms of English become the background music of your daily life. And I really want you to get this. This isn't just some clever practice tip. What you're doing here is a real physical process. You are literally creating new connections, new neural pathways in your brain. You're building a superhighway that goes straight from a thought, straight from an image, directly to the English words, completely bypassing that old, slow, bumpy translation road. Now, when you start doing this consistently, something really amazing starts to happen. It's more than just a technique. It leads to a fundamental shift in your mindset. You actually start to change your identity when it comes to English. This right here, this might be the most important takeaway of the whole explainer. You have to stop seeing yourself as a learner of English. A learner is always on the outside, looking in, studying. You need to become a user of English. A user is on the inside, living in the language, using it as a tool to actually think and communicate. You gotta make that mental switch. And when you do that, English just stops being this academic subject you have to study. It becomes a space inside your head, a space where your thoughts can actually happen. It becomes part of you. You see, fluency isn't some talent you're born with, it's a habit. It's a habit you build one English thought at a time.
So please remember this. The journey to real, effortless fluency, it doesn't start in your mouth. It doesn't start with speaking. It starts in your mind. It starts with that quiet little narrator inside your head. So I'm going to leave you with a question to get you started on that journey right now. What will be your first English thought today?
Hey, if this explainer was helpful, if it kind of made something click for you, do me a favor and hit that like button. And of course, subscribe for more tips on how to really think, speak, and sound like a native. And you probably know someone who's stuck in that translation trap, so why not share this with them? Thanks so much for watching. Now go start thinking.